Okay. Then all I'm going to do is let that sink in a little bit, weten this cloth up, and then kind of just wipe it right off. And that way it stays on the inside, and it kind of combines all the colors too with the browns and stuff. Kind of gives it more of a unified color. So then, all I'm going to do is fix his teeth, his eyes, his claws, and I can call it done. Now, one thing about Model Citizen is we'd love to hear from you. At the end of the show, we'll put our address up and phone number, email, and we'd love to hear from you, positive or negative. We're pretty good at taking criticism. And what I want to do now is find something for the teeth. And I need to find a really light... Ooh, that would have worked really good for the other part of the dinosaur. Okay, found my white, and I'm just going to dab just a little brown into my white. So I'm going to use the existing brown again. I tend to use the same colors. One thing I do with at home is I'll have the stack of plates I'll find at a thrift sale, and I just kind of go through them until they're so caked full. I just throw them out and recycle them and get a different one. So I'm just adding a little brown because teeth aren't white. Okay, this brush might be just a little too thick. And I'm still a little wet from that gel. So what I want to do here, and I hope you can see this, is start painting teeth. Kind of cheating for the camera. I'm trying to go a little faster than I should. I think that's turning out pretty good. Looks kind of vicious. He's definitely a carnivore. Like I said in the movie, he was a lot smaller than he could have been. Did some reading up on him, and I think it was pretty cool. Interesting that they picked lesser known ones. It's kind of nice. Gotta make sure you get them all. I'm going to go inside of his mouth and kick on the inside of the teeth. Something that sometimes we forget to do until we're all done. And we'll look at it and go, oh, forgot. And the bottom row. And again, if I make a mistake, all I got to do is paint it black, do some browns on it, and repaint it. There's a lot of companies coming out with some good kits yet. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, now for the eyes, I'm definitely going to get the smaller brush. 0 and small. And I'm going to just try to get in there. I got a little out, but I can fix that. One thing you can do is clean your brush up, get in there, and wash it away while it's still wet. And clean it right up. I know this is really small. I'm not sure what you can pick up. But I clean it up by just taking a wet brush and kind of scraping it back off. Goes together really good. Okay, now this side. Okay. They're pretty small. And then clean that up. Then I just have to find a pupil for them. There's been a debate on which way or how dinosaurs saw with their eyes so far on their head. Color, I think greens would look really good in the eye. There's a, not green, that's kind of a darker. it's just making decisions while you go. It's kind of fun. You get to pick and choose. I'm going to pick this. It's kind of a wild green. I'm also going to use this dark, dark gray. Because you don't want it just to be green. Green. So I'm going to add some green, and then I'm going to add just a spot of dark gray. And you might think I'm going too far with just a little thing, but those are the little things people will come in and go, look at that. Okay, here we go. Find the pupil spot. And as you can tell, it doesn't cover like I wanted. But that's where that dark gray is going to come in. It'll be like our colored eyes and with our dots, with our pupils in the center. Okay. I'm also doing this, and it's still a little wet. That accelerator that I used to wash tends to keep things wet twice the length of time. Okay. Okay. And it's hard to see that because it's just so small. Okay, then the last thing I think I have to do to this, or the last thing that I'm going to, I could go for hours and do dot patterns. I could kick out, you know, the frills and make different colored white veins in there. But I want to make the claws black. The fossils that I've seen, the claws were always kind of black, so I tend to like that color too. And here I am. And again, I use different kinds of paints. Every one of these are probably a different brand. But I look at the sale, and I go with the sale. They're all pretty equal. I don't think I've ever had a really bad batch of paints from a shop. I don't use enamels at all anymore. They're nasty to clean up and nasty to have around the house with small children. So I tend to stick with the non-toxic water-based paints. I still have to use the old model glues that are questionable for chemicals and stuff, but we keep those in safe places. And I'm just doing a good shiny black, and I might want to come through. I also have a gloss finish that I might do on the teeth and the claws, just to give them a nice gloss. I'm going to try to do a toenail here. I hope you can see it. But again, I'm going to do an earth on the bottom. I'm going to just do the glue thing with stones and stuff, and it'll look good. It'll look good on the shelf. And it's going to be a difficult thing to show you, these toenails, because they're down there. Now I'm really painting out of my element with the way I'm holding my brush in my hand. But just to give you a good, quick idea. All right. There we go. Didn't take too long. I'm pretty happy with it. You know, if I was going to spend a lot of time working on it, I might do things a little bit different, but I'm going to leave him as he is. I'm going to seal him with clear acrylic coating so he can't be chipped if he gets bounced or something like that, and put him up on the shelf and enjoy him for what he is. Well, that's another episode, and a quick one, and it was good to see you again, and we'll be back again next month. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to write, call, tips, hints, comments, you name it. If you'd like to come up and see a shoot, or if you'd like to be on a shoot, feel free to give us a call. We'd like to have you up. Okay, goodbye now.